Hi everybody, Jake here. Hope everyone's doing well today. I hope everyone's having a very good Thursday today. Looking forward to the weekend and looking forward to some football this weekend. I know I certainly am. Today what I wanted to talk with you guys about was the Browns matchup with the Green Bay Packers this weekend and some things that the Browns have to do to get a win at home. So let's jump into this video. Just a little overview of this game and what we're looking at. The Browns are currently 8.5-point underdogs at home, which really goes to show that the Packers are very, very good. They're probably the best team in the NFL right now. They just knocked off the Commanders and the Lions, and they kind of blew them out, made it look easy. They have a lot of good vibes over there. They are just coming off the Micah Parsons honeymoon phase, so they got it all going on over there right now. So it will be a tough game this weekend, but this is the NFL and crazy things happened. I don't think it'd be crazy for the Browns to get a win at home. So let me give you some of the things that I think the Browns have to do to get a win this weekend. The first thing that the Browns have to do to get a win, and they haven't done this in either of the two games so far this season, is get off to a quicker start. They don't have to shoot out of the gate, go up 17-0, but the Browns have to play from ahead. In both the games against Cincinnati and the Ravens, they've been playing from behind and they were playing catch up the whole time. That's also probably why Flacco has thrown the ball 45 times in both of these games, and I will get to that later in the video. But the Browns have to come out, at least start the game off with a field goal. Get ahead 3-0, get ahead 7-0, get out to early scores and get ahead in this one and let the Packers play from behind. Why do I think that's important is because if the Browns are ahead, that's going to force the Packers to throw the ball downfield a little more. And as you guys know, the strength of this Browns team is their defense. If the Browns can lean on their pass rush a little bit, lean on Myles Garrett, lean on Mason Graham, Isaiah McGuire to go get after Jordan Love, then you force him to throw the ball downfield a little bit, and that's when guys like Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome can make plays on the football. I think the Browns need to lean on their defense. The Browns will go as far as this defense takes them. So if the Browns can get ahead in this game and force the Packers to throw the ball a little bit, I think that is the biggest thing that the Browns have to do to get a win this weekend. The second thing that the Browns have to do, and this is going to be a theme in this video, is they didn't do this in the first two games against the Ravens or the Bengals. The Browns have to establish a sense of a run game. I said this in my preview for the Baltimore video. The Browns weren't able to do it in that game, not even close. The Browns have to get our run game going. We got good news this week that Quinshon was moved up to the RB1 spot, Dylan Sampson RB2, and Jerome Ford in the RB3 spot. I was over the Jerome Ford experience last year. We brought it into this year, and he's been a focal point of the backfield, which isn't necessarily totally on the Browns because we've had the legal situation with Q most of the offseason and early on this year, so we've had some uncertainty in that backfield, but now all questions are answered. Quinshon Judkins and Dylan Sampson are RB1 and RB2 and will be leading this backfield going forward, which I'm very, very happy about. I'm very optimistic about what this backfield can be. Now, is it going to be easy for the Browns to get a run game going? The Packers have stifled both the run games of Detroit and Washington so far this year. It's not going to be easy. The Packers haven't been beat this year, and it looks like they have almost no weakness. But if the Browns can run the ball, if they can force the Packers to play them that way, the Browns are going to control time of possession in this game, and it'll get Joe Flacco's attempts down. I think the Browns they'll be less prone to turning the ball over and making mistakes. It is just a recipe for success if the Browns can get this run game going to beat the Packers at home. The third thing that the Browns have to do, and this is like, oh my God, we've heard so much flack from fans about Joe Flacco this week, and everyone's mad at him and the offensive line and yada yada yada. Well, part of the reason for that is Flacco has thrown the ball 45 times in both the games against the Ravens and the Bengals. Like I said before, if the Browns can get off to a quick start and they can really assert themselves in the run game, that's not going to happen. Flacco is a turnover machine. If you get him down from 45 attempts, yeah, I'm not even saying it has to be drastic. Just get him to like 35 attempts, 30 attempts even, I would feel a lot better about. Kevin Stefanski last offseason I guess whenever we went into the offseason, said how we are going to be reverting back to the wide zone run scheme, and we're going to be leaning on the offensive line, and it's winning in the trenches, and we're going to go back to the bootlegs and all these things. And I guess when I interpreted that, I figured he meant that we were going to be going back to more of a run first offense, and it has been anything but that. The Browns, if your quarterback's throwing the ball 45 times, that's like that's Josh Allen numbers, Patty Mahomes numbers. Like that is not Joe Flacco numbers. So we've been a pass first football team. So I would really like if we could go back to more of the Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb kind of era with the Browns. Whenever Baker was throwing the ball 20 to 30 times a game, somewhere in that sweet spot. No, we're running the ball heavy with Kareem and Nick Chubb. Our Dylan Sampson and Q, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, no. But we have to lean on this run game a little bit more. We are just never going to be successful as an offense. There's a reason the Browns haven't scored over 20 points yet this season. I don't see that changing if the Browns are throwing the ball 45 times with Joe Flacco. That is when turnovers happen. That's when the fumble happened. That's when the near pick six happened. That's how the Browns get themselves in trouble. So I think that is going to be another extremely important thing going forward is Joe Flacco has to get the ball. He can't throw the ball 45 times in this game. It just can't happen, or the Browns are not going to win this game, I don't believe. So those are my thoughts on this one. Those are what I think the most important things that the Browns have to do to win this game. I'd love to hear what you guys think going into this game, what your thoughts are. If you guys haven't had an opportunity, go ahead and check in the description. My X account is in there. Give me a follow over there. It's really easy for me to interact with you guys over there, and I love talking to you guys about football. So go ahead, give me a follow on X. I'd love to interact with you guys, and let me know what you guys thought of this video. Let me know your thoughts going into this weekend, what you think is going to happen. You guys know I love to interact with you. So as always, I appreciate you guys for watching. Go Brownies, baby.